Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, who is live with us from Traverse City, Michigan. Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for being here. I know top of mind for you right now is reopening the Port of Baltimore, one of the biggest ports in the country. When do you think you can do that?
The salvage operation, as you noted, is getting into gear. A 1,000-ton crane is coming, as well as a 600-ton crane that will assist. The Army Corps of Engineers and the Navy are working on it. They have not wanted to speculate yet on a timeline because this operation is so complex. It's not just that you have to remove the wreckage, it's that you have to do it in a way that doesn't cause portions of the bridge that are there across the water to shift. They've been under a lot of compression and tension. They could behave almost like a spring if they are not expertly managed. You also, of course, still have the ship there alongside the channel. Measures are being taken to stop the stern of the ship from swinging into the channel. It's an incredibly complex operation.
Complex and dangerous, so you have to do it safely. And this bridge, as you know, took about 5 years to build decades ago. Do you know how long this might take to rebuild it?
We haven't received estimates of the timeline yet, but this is another area where work is already underway. We have released the first $60 million in federal funding to help Maryland get the initial stage, which starts, of course, with the wreckage removal, demolition, but also the acquisition, the procurement, and the preparations for the new bridge. As you noted, the original one took 5 years to put up, so this is not going to happen overnight. But the work is already underway to get that new one up and running. I would say the work we have in front of us is, of course, to clear the port and get it reopened and to get that bridge back up and running. But for the bridge, there are alternatives. Of course, there's nothing that will be quite the same until it's back up there, but there are tunnels currently in use absorbing some of the surface traffic. The same cannot be said for the port. Very difficult for those port workers right now who count on that work every day. Other East Coast ports are temporarily absorbing some of the container traffic and the supply chains that would normally go into Baltimore, but that Port of Baltimore is very specifically designed for its uses, especially when it comes to handling vehicles. There are even facilities for finishing some of the vehicles on the grounds of the port. So as soon as it can safely be reopened, that's of course going to be a major priority that really affects our entire national supply system.
Mr. Secretary, you and I have toured bridges together looking at their integrity. I know this one had a satisfactory rating, but we also noticed that it didn't have those big fenders around the piers that we sometimes see. We don't know if that would have stopped a ship this big, but are you looking at other bridges right now? Because people are concerned.
Yeah, as you noted, there's debate right now over whether those measures or any measures could have prevented the collapse that we saw after a direct impact from a ship that weighed approximately 248 million pounds. But I will say that every generation we learn more about how best to design and protect bridges. We're actually doing work right now to retrofit some of America's bridges to make them stronger through President Biden's infrastructure package. So we are going to be very interested to see the findings of the NTSB's report. That's the investigation that they have underway, both on anything that could be a lesson on how to prevent a ship from colliding with any bridge as it did, and anything we need to know about the design, the inspection, the construction, the funding of bridges that we can use for the future.
All right, Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg, thank you so much for joining us, and a happy Easter to you, sir.
Same to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.